I think it goes without saying that dining in Paris is an experience that you really can't replicate elsewhere. Even the most casual of meals can feel like a special occasion, especially coming from an American perspective where restaurants want you in and out as quickly as possible. Despite the white tablecloths, the flickering candles, and sharply dressed waiters, the food itself that you'll find in Paris isn't always as sophisticated. In today's episode of my Tastes of the World series, we're diving into some of the world-famous, carb-loaded, body-warming, and, in some cases, quite strange, traditional dishes I tried on my most recent visit that define the Parisian experience. Escargot. Escargot is a typical starter or even a main dish in France, and yes, they're snails. Just like mussels, you pull them right from the shell. Frankly, I think escargot is delicious. You just kind of have to get over the fact that you're eating a snail. Besides, these little guys mostly just taste like what they're cooked with. In this case, a lot of garlic and butter. Ratatouille. Most of my fellow Americans and I learned about this homemade French classic from the Disney and Pixar movie, but the French have known all along just how delicious ratatouille is. Rich, saucy, and filled with a strong taste of tomato puree and zucchini, I enjoyed my ratatouille with salmon, al fresco style. In the rain, of course, because in Paris it rains a lot. Like, every day.
Every single day.
Quiche Lorraine. This classic French dish from the Lorraine region is a quiche pie of eggs, cream, pork, and cheese. You can certainly taste the cream and cheese in this warm, savory slice, and alongside a piping cup of coffee, it's a perfect dish for a rainy Paris day. Frog legs. Between snails and frog legs, the French have certainly been creative in what they're down to eat. Fried and served with parsley, frog legs are considered a national delicacy in France. Honestly, with oil and seasoning, they're like a slightly squishier chicken wing. Not too bad. French baked goods. The scent of baking bread wafting through the elegant Parisian streets doesn't come from nowhere. Breakfast in Paris usually consists of fresh and delicious bread and pastries, and probably also a cigarette and coffee. Pain au chocolat and pain vienne were some of my favorites. Flaky, fluffy, buttery, and fresh, both of these bready French pastries are either filled with or covered in perfectly sweet chocolate. French red wine. Wine is an absolute must in France, and honestly, it can go with every meal. Well, except perhaps breakfast. Bordeaux is the most commonly consumed in France, but I tried a few reds that were each excellent. With enough of these in your system, it isn't hard to see why Paris is regularly touted as the most romantic city in the world. I should also add that while I didn't get a chance to grab any, there are sweet crepe stands all over Paris. These are definitely on the bucket list for next time I'm there. These are, of course, just a few of the must-tries you'll find that capture the overall tastes of Paris, and it's far from a comprehensive list. That said, I'm certain I missed plenty of the defining eats in this sophisticated, romantic, glittering, and quirky city, so share your recommendations and favorites for myself and for one another in the comments below. As always, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.